All right, y'all. Welcome into another video. My name is Bob. I'm the Rocket City Reseller, and we sell plush and toys. If you're new here, and I have about $891 worth of reasons why you want to stick around for this one. We're going to be right back with starting the pulls for this birthday weekend. We were on actually time away, and we have about 20 sales going out of here, and we'll talk about birthday weekend and also talk about time away. Onto the video. Appreciate you guys liking and subscribing. Okay, like I mentioned, we were on time away. If you didn't know, you could actually put your eBay store on time away and still get sales if they give you about a 15-day window, I believe, to do so. And we utilized that while we were out sourcing for my wife's birthday weekend. We hit 5 states in 4 days. So there's going to be probably footage of that coming soon. So be on the lookout for that. If you're into that Goodwill outlet bin, the videos, St. Louis was pretty good. There's a lot of footage from that area. Majority of our stuff was from St. Louis and Nashville, with some sprinklings of different thrift stores along the way. So this guy is TY Yodeler. Yodeler does really well for us. So if you're not tracking Yodeler, this is a newer one. But he did sell for $65. So in 4 months on actually Etsy, this was actually our Etsy store was off, and this one sold when we just put it back on. So I will say that happens quite a bit. A lot of times when we shut our stores off, because I shut off Etsy, Mercari, and I shut off Poshmark and also Whatnot, but this video is not about Whatnot. But so it's kind of interesting. As soon as they flip the switch back on, someone must have been really waiting for this guy. So yeah, he's going overseas, and they paid twice as much in shipping to get him. So someone can live without him, and we had him. So $65, and he's off to his new home. All right, so this cute little panda bear with that Canadian scarf, not really branded, so I don't believe. And so we don't usually put the brand in when we don't know what it is anyways, but we basically framed it as he's Canadian. So he is actually 6 months it took to sold for $23, and it sold on eBay. So he was in bin 23, and he also sold for 23. That doesn't happen often, so it's interesting to me, at least. So yeah, he's soft. He's very soft. He's very nice, and he's very Canadian. All right, this next little guy is Dipper the Dalmatian by Aurora. He's a flopsy, and he sold for $15 in 1 month, and he sold on Posh. This is another one that sold right away after he came off time away, and didn't take very long at all to sell. So yeah, I'm not sure if that's a hack or if that's just a one-off, but I've noticed that before when we take our stores and put them down in time away and bring them back up. I don't know if it's re-stimulates the algorithm or what the deal is with that. Sometimes I've heard mixed results with that. So consider that when you're doing your research. But yeah, anyways, he's out the door and he's off to his new home. Again, he sold for, $15 in 1 month on Push. All right, we're back. Let's talk about birthday shenanigans. So we went to, well, obviously we're in Alabama, so that counts because we had to drive through quite a bit of it to get where we were going. We went Alabama, Tennessee. We drove through, stopped in Nashville to do some thrifting, and then we were off to, I believe, Illinois or Kentucky. It's Kentucky first, then Illinois, and then Missouri to round things up, and then obviously the return trip back. And we are trying to talk and do this, so hopefully I don't mess this up. So yeah, that was the holiday weekend. When my wife calls it a holiday, you guys know that I'm married. So it's a national day of excitement, and I get excited when she gets excited. So yeah, we're looking for a Komodo dragon. This one's sold. This was a good sale. I'll come right back with that Komodo dragon. Be right back. Man, it's always the same thing. As soon as I turn off the camera, guys, I always find it right away. So it's kind of ironic. Maybe if I could focus and do two things at once. This was a Tiger Tails Komodo dragon. So I don't know if it's vintage though. It's kind of interesting. He's in really good shape regardless. So he is Tiger Tails, and he sold for, yeah, he is vintage actually. Sold for $45 in 2 months and on eBay. And we got a lot of offers on this when it was first listed. So a lot of people were interested in this, but there were a lot of lowball offers. Someone came in and paid full ask for him, and he's off to his new home. So yeah, so he's pretty great. And we picked up another Komodo dragon this past sourcing trip. So if you're into that type of thing, be sure to check out our eBay store, and be happy to help you out. So you're like, Bob, you sold 20 things and made $891.64. How's that possible? Well, you're going to want to stick around for our bolo that's part of this sale list. You're not going to believe what sold and for sold for what. So stick around. Bolo inside right here. You're going to want to definitely check that out. So be right back. All right, y'all, we're back. And I had to go get my phone because I couldn't for the life of me remember what the heck a Ford lit lamp was. But this one's a 1995 Ford lit white lamb sheep. Let's take a look. See if we can figure this out. I think this is it right here. Oh, this thing is super cute. No wonder it sold so quick. Let's see. Yeah, Ford lit International. So I'm not sure exactly what that brand is, but this is vintage. And I'm sure someone had this probably luckily from their childhood. Let's see. Yeah, he sold for $31 in 6 months on eBay. So Easter time's coming. Likely this guy's going off to hippity hoppity over to his new home. And yeah, so it's at the time of this video, it's actually, let's see if we can figure out what day it is here. I don't even know what day it is anymore. I think it's the 24th of February. So yeah, we're already getting Easter plush coming out of here. So make sure you get your Easter stuff up. This video is probably likely gonna drop after, but I mean, this is a good reminder to just get all your seasonal stuff up, even if it's out of season. We sell out of season stuff all the time. So reminder, get that stuff up, and this dapper gentleman is off to his new home. How ironic, we were just talking about seasonality and things selling out of season. We're staring down the barrel of Easter and we have Christmas selling. So this, I love it when it's serendipitous and things like this happen, because it makes my point that get your stuff up. It doesn't have to be a death pile if you don't want it to be. It could be a profit pile. You just got to list it, stay disciplined, stay consistent with your listings, and they will sell. This one's an American Greetings Tinsel Teddy, and it sold for, looks like about 20. Let's see, make sure. Yeah, it sold for $27 on eBay in 6 months. So you just never know when someone's going to stumble across your listings. So this one, I don't believe was promoted listing either. So someone was actively searching for this one. So just make sure you get your stuff up, and it doesn't matter what the holiday season is. And this Tinsel Teddy's off to his new home. Alrighty, so this Cold Scares, I think it's a redfish blue something. Oh yeah, here it is. Cold Scares, Dr. Seuss, one fish, two fish, redfish plush. And we sell a ton of Cold Scares if you're new here. This one sold for $17 in 1 month, and I believe February is Read Across America month, and so the importance of reading to your child is obvious. And make sure you're doing that. And if you're not, you really should start today. I love it. It actually helped me so much in my life being an active reader, and having the vocabulary to be able to, even though I stumble like a fool in these videos out of just unpractice, basically, in practice or whatever you want to call it. So anyways, yeah, so Read Across America. And then if you're into Whatnot, and this isn't a promo for that, but my wife, Fiona's Finds, does a plush and toy book shows called Once Upon a Plush. She's the host of that raid training, and she sells cold scares. Oh, the joys of an online reseller. I tell you what, as much as I clean this shed, you guys know if you're not new here. But if you're new here, sorry. But this is the reality of reselling. It tends to get away from you quickly if you don't keep up with things. Obviously, we have some work to do here. But what we're doing for this video doesn't involve most of this other than me having to move it 1,000 times. So anyways, this next one wasn't a very expensive sale. $9.66 on eBay in 6 months. It's a soft and cuddly laying down dog. That's not a very good description, but let's see what we can do here. Soft and cuddly. My son's off to school. He's like, why is it so cold? I said, because it's winter still. So he's out there scraping his car. So if you hear his car running, that would be why. Scraping ice in Alabama, because it does get cold here. So you know, we're in North Alabama, so. And soft and cuddly laying down dog. Yeah. No brand, so that's why it was called that. But anyways, he is $9.66 sold on eBay, and I'm not sure how long it took again. If I recall, he was 6 months, so we've had him for a while. There's a couple Walmart brands that are very similar to this that sell quicker. So if I ever come across one of those, I'll point them out. I think I haven't in a previous video, but yeah, this little guy's cute, and he's going to his new home. Okay, wobbly bobbly. Tan white dog. I don't know why it tickles me so. But anyways, it's obviously a play on a bobblehead. And this little kitty is by Aurora and sold for $13 in 6 months on eBay. So he is wobbling his way off to his new home. Thanks, guys, for watching. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe. Stay along for the ride because we got a bolo waiting for us that was half of our sales. And we made, if to recall, $891.64 on time away. If I were to theme this video, it would be dogs and bunnies, apparently. So this one is really cool, actually. It's by Noix, I think. It's a knit bunny, and it was cream in color. Sleepy Bunny is what it was. And yeah, that's pretty accurate. $25 in 6 months on Etsy. And again, this one, as soon as I clicked return from time away, absolutely instantaneous, this thing sold. So I don't know. I don't know if that was just luck of the draw or someone was stalking us, but we actually had a few messages from different platforms. When you're back away, can you please let me know? And so I reached out to a few more folks that we were back, and so we'll probably likely get a few more sales today along the way. But yeah, I can't believe how quickly this thing sold. And I think it might be also organic. So I'm not familiar with the brand, but whenever we see something unique like this, we always tend to pick it up. And this one didn't disappoint. $25. Did take a little bit to sell, but plush, if you're not familiar, is long tail, so it can take a little bit of time to sell. So 6 months for us is not bad. And you got to remember that we use Nifty.ai. That this is an infomercial for that. It's not. But what it's doing behind the scenes, even though it's been listed for 6 months, it's only been probably relisted for a few days. So what it's doing is bumping all those old listings up into the algorithm, and they're getting put in front of new buyers' eyes, and they're getting gone. So yeah. So this one's off probably for Easter, and it's a cutie. Okay, we are back, I think. And let me just make sure, yeah. So the majority of you guys are new subscribers, and I just want to say thank you for subscribing to the channel and believing in us enough to come along on the journey. We talk about all things reselling, and a lot of these, they're not just haul and bolos and what solds. We talk about advice along the way. So welcome into the channel if you're new here. and we appreciate you. This one's a vintage Kelly toy dog, and this one sold for $12.69 in 6 months on eBay. So our strategy for reselling is to buy very, very, very low. I oftentimes refer to it as subterranean, and sell low. So we don't sell for a lot, but we sell a lot of it. I also call it the Dollar General model. If you're familiar with the dollar stores, they basically get things for very, 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 very cheap. And not that they're cheap items, they're just low cost, right? So we have good quality items that we can get at an affordable price, and we can pass savings on to the buyer, which is, also important and what is the foundation of capitalism in our country. So it's very important to keep in mind when you're outsourcing. So to make sure you're getting your items for as much value as you can, obviously, and passing that on to your customers. And I just want to say again, welcome everybody to this YouTube adventure, and we'll see what comes next. If you're not familiar, my name is Bob. I'm the Rocket City Reseller. We've turned plush and toys into a $250,000 business in the past 2 years. And we just want to say thank you to everybody who's bought and supported from us. And also remind you that you too can do something like this. You don't necessarily have to sell plush and toys. Find something you're passionate about and move the needle for your family. My recent demographics for YouTube say that there are males of the age of 25 to 34 that watch us mostly. So I want to reach out to you guys and just say, hey, you are looking obviously for something to help with your family and to be able to, maybe get some extra income. Reselling can definitely do that for you. So I just want to encourage you to, if you're thinking about it, you're pen sitting and you're hearing my voice, definitely give it a try. Give it at least 2 months. Find something that you're passionate about and that you can get at a reasonable price. And I'm sure you won't regret it. Welcome to the channel. This Mason Chic Tooth Fairy Tiger. So cute. And he sold for $17 on eBay in 6 months. He still has his paper tag. It looks like he was originally $16.99, and he's still fantastic. Doesn't look like this guy was ever used, but I guess you just put the little tooth in there and they sleep with this, and then Tooth Fairy shows up the money. I don't know what the going rate for a Tooth Fairy is. It's been a little bit since we've had to do that. See that happen. I don't know. Anyways, this one, so $17. So he sold basically for the same price that he was sold for when he was in the store. And so Tooth Fairy stuff, we get a lot of that here, and I can't say enough about that. There's all kinds in here. There might even be another one. See if we can find one real quick before we break. No, but let's look at this waffle guy. There's so many good plush in here. Look at that. So, sadly, we're going to be moving away from a lot of this stuff. And look at this vintage Paddington. How old is this? Like, this is super old. See if we can find it's that. Eden Toys. So it's Eden. It's vintage. It's Paddington. Checks all the boxes. And, he's super great. So, anyways. Back to the video. I just wanted to show a few of these items because they're awesome, and some things that to be on the lookout for when you're out and about. Okay, so this Mary Myers Taggies elephant plush is fantastic, and just so you know, it has to be the Taggies brand to be able to use the Taggy in your SEO description, so your title of your description. So if you are putting Taggies in there, you could get a zap from eBay. So just know that. It has to actually be branded Taggies. A lot of times, Taggies and Mary Meyer will put a collab together, most of the time, in fact. And this one sold for $19 on eBay in 6 months. So again, Taggies, be on the lookout. A lot of them, do your research. Some of them can do better than others. So anyways, I just wanted to let you guys know about that. And this one's really, really nice. Okay, this next toy that sold is an American Girl weighted giraffe plush. It was called Itty Bitty. Let's check. American Girl Bitty Baby weighted giraffe. Sold for $17 in 6 months on eBay. And it's pretty nice plush. This one's going off to its new home. And we don't sell a lot of American Girl. We have a lot of it, but for some reason we just don't move a ton of it. It tends to trend at different times of the year. So we're after the holiday season. So that could be part of the reason why. But anyways, this one's off to its new home. And be on the lookout for your American Girl stuff. So that can go up there pretty high. So do your comps. All right. So this next sale is a Kung Fu Panda plush set. And looks like we have it's selling for $27 in 4 months on Poshmark. And like I mentioned earlier in the video, as soon as we hit that, we're back in business. All of a sudden, Poshmark, Mercari, and Etsy just went so in a row. So I'm not sure. Again, let your judgment be your guide. If your sales have been slow, it might be worth a try just to maybe pause it for a day or two and kick it back up, see if it helps. But that's been our experience. This one is off to its new home, and it's pretty fantastic. $27 is not a bad sale for something that we paid not even $3 for. So can't say enough about Kung Fu Panda. It's a great movie, and it's a great price for this item, and that could have a lot to do with it. So we're moving on to the next sale. And remember, there's a bolo that we're going to be getting to in just a few moments. So stick around for that. If you are into prehistoric playtime plush, this next one is for you. This is a pillow fort dinosaur volcano set. And it's kind of in the Montessori vibe where you kind of put things in and out, little small toys. It has a bunch of dragons inside. And let's see. I think it's 2 dragons we found with this one. And it's all pillow fort. Pretty neat concept. We've actually sold this before in pieces, but the first time we've had both at the same time. This Pillow Fort Dragon set sold for $41 in 3 days. It didn't take very long to sell. Excuse me. And it sold on eBay. So again, when we were time away, we had a bunch of different sales, and this was a pretty good one, but not the bolo we're waiting for. It's coming. I swear it is. But this one is a really good sale, $41, and off to its new home. All right, guys, the moment we've been waiting for in this video. This black onyx jelly cat was recently found about 3 weeks ago by my wife at Fiona's Finds. If you guys are following her on Whatnot, that's where she sells mostly, but she's also a static platform lister. She does most of the bear share of our business. And this one sold on eBay, and like I said, 3 weeks. Matter of fact, it was 19 days to be exact. We had it listed for $450, and we took a best offer of $405. And what can I say other than I'm very grateful for the sale. Buyer's been very the communication rather from the buyer to us has been very good. We're actually going to have this one signed for by them and also put some extra insurance on it due to the price tag of it. But an interesting fact that we found out along the way is when you're measuring jellycat, from my understanding, if I recall what my wife is saying properly, and correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but I believe it is the measurement is to the mid curve of the tail to the snout. So this is considered the large size black onyx jellycat, and it's pretty fantastic. It was a really good pickup, and she got it for, I believe, this one was about 75 cents to $1. She didn't even pay on the pound price for it. In Nashville, it is $1.89 a pound, and it's not even a pound. So, this one was a really great one. The bolo of the video, and we appreciate you guys watching, liking, subscribing, and this one is definitely off to its new home and will be shipped out tomorrow morning. And we have a few others here. We're just honorable mentions before we get going here. We had a Bittersweet Haven pink bat right here, sold for $30 in 27 days on Mercari. And also we had a Disney Junior Tots bundle here, sold for $18.69 on eBay. And one last sale to round things out, this fantastic Island Dreams Bahama Swimming Pig plush, sold for $24.99 in less than 5 days. What can I say, guys? We're really grateful. Even during vacation time, you can still be successful. That's the point of this video today. So don't be afraid of taking time away Spend it with the ones you love. This particular time was for my wife's birthday. So in the comments, if you guys are still here, be sure to wish her a happy birthday. It would mean the world to her to let her know that you guys care. So go ahead and do that. Drop the birthday cakes and the congrats in the comments. We appreciate you guys. Remember, if you can't be good at it. We'll catch you on the next video.